Well, Kyle Cameron, you're our first permanent signing of the summer. How does that feel?
Good. Happy to get it all sorted and over the line nice and quickly, so I can focus and get myself ready to start the season.
You joined us from Torquay United. We saw on Twitter earlier you put out a really nice message about your time there. Just how useful was your 3 years at Plainmoor for you?
Like I put out, I went there a boy and I come out a man. I learnt a lot there from the lads and from the management team. And obviously it's managed to get me this move, so it's been good.
Did you have other options, or was this your only choice?
Yeah, I had a few options in the football league, but for what I'm wanting as a player and I'm wanting to develop and get better individually, the facilities, the management team here really stood out, and the full package sort of worked for me best. Yeah.
I think if you looked at your stature and you looked at your history, you'd say you're an out-and-out centre-back. But if you looked at your recent history at Torquay, it sounds like you've played in a few positions.
Yeah. I've the last few weeks I've played sort of striker, left wing, obviously against yourselves, and do you know what I mean? It's just another string to my bow. Really, I feel like I'm good enough and got the sort of football and brain to play anywhere and do a job anywhere.
Do you see that left side of centre-half, particularly in a back three, which is obviously the formation that we're looking to play next season, do you see that as your real bread and butter?
Yeah, that's definitely going to be my role here, to play that left of a three and sort of get on the ball and start moves from the back. That's what the gaffer's spoken to me about here, and he sort of give me an idea of how we want to play and how we want to go about next season, so I think it'll suit me lovely.
You mentioned the playoffs there, thanks for that, by the way. It was one of 3 really competitive games between the two clubs last season, wasn't it? What did you make of Notts on those occasions that you faced them last year?
Yeah, good outfit, well drilled. Obviously they play a nice way of football, playing out from the back, and it's always been good to come here, especially last year as well, with a good crowd, and that I know the fans are obviously good, and the back the lads all the way, so every single time I've played here, I've found it tough, I've found it a hard game, whatever it's been.
You mentioned how impressed you were with the facilities and things like that. You were invited, weren't you, to the club earlier this week to have a look around, have a proper conversation with Ian Birchnell. What was that experience like, and how much did that convince you that this was the right move for you?
Yeah, good. Obviously, it's important as a footballer to be wanted, and to know that someone's got full confidence in you, and him sort of inviting me here on Tuesday and wanting to show me around really showed the interest he had in me, so it was kind of a no-brainer after that.
And you're in good company here as a North East lad. Cal Roberts, obviously somebody that you know really, really well. What is your relationship like with Cal?
Yeah, really good. I spent the best part of 12 years with him at Newcastle, so we know each other really well, and it's nice to sort of have a familiar face when you're walking into a new changing room.
And how valuable an asset do you think he could be for us next season?
Yeah, massive. I think he'll find himself up there as one of the best wingers, 10s in the league next year, and I'm sure his stats and his goals and his assists he'll come out next year, and you'll really see the best of him.
Now, obviously, you got to the playoff final. I won't mention the playoff final because I think everybody's still slightly confused as to why your 2 goals were ruled out. But that means that it's a really short gap, isn't it, before pre-season starts? How is the body? How do you feel ahead of going into another pre-season?
Yeah, good. I'm obviously taking a little bit of time off at the minute, a few days off, just to sort of recoup and get ready, and then I'll sort of kick on the next couple of weeks and sort of build my fitness back up for the upcoming season. Do you know what I mean? I'm just sort of itching now to get going, really. That's the main thing.